In this video, you will learn about the different network devices. So the computer hardware devices are used to transfer data in a fast, secure and a correct way, and every device has a special functionality. So some devices are installed in the system like internal modem, NIC card, there is a network interface card and all that, whereas some are part of the network that are external to the system. Okay, so let us see the devices one by one. The first one is modem, which is very important. Modem stands for modulator demodulator. Modulation is conversion of digital to analog signals. Demodulation is conversion of analog to digital. Okay, so you need a modem to convert this conversion is needed to send a message from one computer to another computer. Okay, so the modem at the sender end acts as a modulator. The modem at the receiver end acts as a demodulator. Okay, so there are two types of modems actually, internal and external. Internal is the one which is fitted inside the computer. External you would have seen everywhere. It is connected to the computer externally, which helps us to connect your computer to the internet. Sometimes in the case study you will be asked a question, name a device that is used to connect your computer to internet. In that case you should mention modem. And what is Ethernet card? Network interface card. If you want your computer to be connected to a network, you should have a network adapter card, which is also called as the Ethernet card or LAN card. Okay, so if you want your computer to communicate with other computers, you need this card, which is fitted inside most of the CPUs. Okay, and a PC, that is a personal computer, it uses parallel data transmission to transmit data between the internal parts, whereas the network interface card converts this parallel data stream into serial data stream so that the system can communicate with other computers. The Ethernet card is connected using either a bus or a star topology to get connected to the network, that we will see in detail later. Okay. See, this is the Ethernet card. If you open the CPU, this will be visible. If it is a desktop computer, this will be visible. If it is a laptop, it will be fitted inside your laptop. You would have seen this port, this opening, and this is the place where you insert the jack, the RJ45, which connects your system to the network. Each NIC card has a MAC address. This network interface card contains a manufacturer's address, which identifies the computer, but generally manufacturer card MAC address is not used because it may be different from computer to computer. So automatically the IP address is only able to identify the computer in the internet. But anyway, maybe I can give a comparison like this. If you buy a mobile, you have an IMEI number that is unique for every manufacturer. Every manufacturer gives an IMEI number which is unique for your mobile phone. That is like a MAC address. Okay. And the MAC address has 6 parts. The first 3 parts is the manufacturer ID and the next 3 bytes represent the card ID. This is RJ45. You would have seen this in most of the computers. This is also used in telephone lines, to connect modems, to connect your computer to the network, or any other devices which are connected to the network will use this 8-pin connector RJ45. It will have 8 pins. If you count, if you see the rear of it, it will be visible here, right? RJ45, also called as registered jack 45, is an 8-pin connector that is used exclusively with Ethernet cables, right? This cable is an Ethernet cable. So this is the standard networking interface. It is seen at the end of all the network cables. Whether you connect your computer to another computer, or you connect your a computer to a router or a switch or a hub, this device is only used. Okay, this is just a small plastic plug. You would have seen this. This fits into the RJ45 slot, which is present at the end of the NIC card, that is the Ethernet card. What is a repeater? This is a very common question asked in the network case study. See, whenever you send a network signal using a hub or a switch, it transmits the internet signals everywhere. Say you have an internet connection, you have a Wi-Fi connection, you place your mobile phone near that, you sit and use it. When you move away from that place, the signals become very weak. So once you move out of a particular radius, you will never get a signal at all. The same case, a network also needs some signals which can travel only up to, generally it travels up to 100 meter. So you need a device which will regenerate, which will amplify the signals and forward the signals with more power. Because if you have to, say for example, there is a campus, I need network signals to reach the next building, but the distance is more. In that case, I need to place a repeater which will take the signals, amplify that and send it to the next building. So if signals lose their strength beyond that limit, they become weak. In that condition, we need the original signals to be regenerated, and that is generally done by a repeater. So you will get a question in the case study asking, what is the use of a repeater? Where should you place a repeater? In that case, you will write, if a building distance between two buildings is more than 100 meter, you need to place a repeater in that place. Then what is a hub? A hub is generally used to connect multiple computers. You would have seen in the computer lab where you have a device to which all the computers are connected. So you have an Ethernet wire which connects all the computers to the hub. So the hub is a central device which actually connects all the computers together, right? There are small hubs. Suppose you have a network of only 4 to 8 computers, you can buy a hub with that many slots. If you have a bigger network, then you can go in for 12 or 24 or 48 ports. Okay. Now, what is the use of a hub? Suppose you are sending a signal, you are passing a message to another computer. A hub will take the message and throw it to every device that is connected to the network. So when you send a message to another computer, it will not only pass it to that particular computer, but it will forward to all the ports. That is how a hub works. Okay. The limitation of the hub is that if data from two devices come at the same time, they will collide. So this is also one problem with a hub. There are two types of hub, passive and active. Active only forwards the signal. Passive only forwards the signal, but active amplifies also. Now what is a switch? Switch exactly works like a hub, but switch is a smart hub. So what happens when you send a signal to another computer? It understands the path to which it has to post the message, and only that computer will receive the signal, and it will not be just thrown or open to all the computers. Here is the difference between a hub and a switch. Hub passes the frame to every port. Switch passes the frame to a specific port. Hub creates lot of traffic. This creates less traffic. Hub shares its bandwidth with each and every port. Here it allocates full bandwidth to each port. The speed is slow in a hub, whereas switch is fast. Hub does not filter signals. Switch filters the signals which are noisy or corrupted. What is a router? A router is a device which receives the data, it checks the data and transmits to other network. Okay. So a router also connects a LAN to the internet. If you have a local area network, suppose your computer lab or a LAN in an office, you need a device which can connect the entire LAN to internet, then you will need a router. So compared to a hub or a switch, a router has advanced capabilities so that it can serve all the computers in the LAN. Okay, and the data that is divided into packets, how it is going to be transferred, everything is managed well by a router. And a router can be wired or wireless. So if you have a wireless router, not only your LAN devices, even your smartphones and other devices can access internet. What is a gateway? A gateway is a networking device that is capable to convert different kinds of protocols. So even two different networks with different architecture system can communicate to each other. So gateway is the entry point of a network and also the exit point of the network. So if your message passes through some place and enters the network, the gateway is the one through which your message passes through. Okay. And the gateway is the one which actually sends the data packet to the best possible route. We have already discussed this in packet switching, right? So gateway is the one which is responsible of directing it to a particular route. Okay, and the gateway can be implemented both as a hardware or a software or a combination of both. So if you want to install a firewall also, you can install it in the network gateway. And Wi-Fi cards, the last one. The Wi-Fi cards are small cards, that is portable cards, if you want to allow your computer to a wireless network. For example, if you have a laptop, it has an inbuilt Wi-Fi card, so automatically when a Wi-Fi network is possible, it will recognize. Even your mobile phone will automatically recognize Wi-Fi's. But your desktop computer will not recognize on its own because it does not have a Wi-Fi card. So you need to attach a Wi-Fi card so that it can recognize the signals. So Wi-Fi cards can be external or internal. Generally, laptops and mobile phones have internal Wi-Fi cards. If you are using a desktop computer, you need to attach an external Wi-Fi card so that it can recognize the Wi-Fi signals. Okay. So with this, we have completed the devices that are given in your syllabus. Hope you understood.